Hello, we have a fourth line day. Today we explore the Opportunist. This is the fourth line in the 10th gate, the gate that is called treading, the gate that is called behaviour of the self. Dealing with the upper trigram, we have a different process at work because the fourth and fifth lines are rather gifted in the sense that they are going to recognize not only that there is one other source of conditioning, but they are going to have to come to grips with all three other sources. The fourth and fifth lines of the 10th hexagram have deep transpersonal skills because they do have recognition of the impact of the other. The fourth line as a behavior in a code for all fourth lines for this one-trackedness, this fixedness. Its behavioral code is the opportunist. There is a magic in genetic continuity. Think about all the fourth lines that you may have, or the fourth lines of others that you know. And then you read this lifetime learning, which says the acceptance of norms until a successful transformation can be engendered. This one line tells you everything you need to know about fourth lines. This is behavior that is opportunistic. You pretend that you're straight-laced until you have your opportunity to just break out and fly. But you have to wait for the opportunity. The behavior itself is unpredictable in the fourth line because the behavior is going to be conditioned to the opportunity. The structure of the hexagram is that the lines of the lower trigram and the lines of the upper trigram have an intrinsic relationship to each other. Otherwise, there could be no continuity within the hexagram. The first line foundation of the chameleon, fitting in, masking their presence and hiding their inner light. Fourth line, the line of opportunism. So you know that the 1 and the 4 have got a link together. They have a resonance, and the opportunistic behavior can be anything. This arises from its chameleon harmony, the capacity to take on this behavior in this moment and that behavior in the next. That's the opportunist. So you're not looking for a set behavior, you're looking for an opportunity. If you have a lover and it's not going well, your behavior is totally different. And then all of a sudden, a new opportunity comes and you jump and you're a totally different person. You're doing different things in a different way. Your behavior transforms according to the opportunity. This is why fourth lines can have such influence. The whole thing about the nature of the behavior in the fourth line is that it has to wait for its opportunity, which means that it cannot give up its behavior until there is a place to go with that behavior. If you have a job, you don't leave that job until you've got a new one. Doesn't matter how badly you want a new one, you don't quit that job until the next one is lined up. So it's backup. The fourth line loves backup. And this is opportunism. You stay with the nature of your fixedness until there is an opportunity, or you wait simply for that opportunity to externalize your fixedness. The opportunity comes along, out it comes. Again, there is always the possibility that the opportunist has enormous influence. To be able to wait for the right moment to act can often lead to a great deal of good fortune or success. Accept the nature of your behavior until the behavior can really change. The exaltation, transformation that is transcendence to a higher code. The maintaining of behavioral patterns until the right moment and opportunity for transformation. The whole thing about the opportunist is that you are looking for the opportunity to externalize your nature, and that is the highest possible code. There's nothing higher than that. The whole point of being an opportunist is to get to the place where you yourself have the behavior that is the most beneficial to you and is the most mutative to others. This is where you get your reward. It's not just about taking opportunity for opportunity's sake. It can't be. You may have the 10th gate of behavior, but how that behavior is going to come out in the world is going to be according to your definition, your type, your authority. You can never forget that. There's a big difference between the 10-4 in an undefined G and the 10-4 in a defined G that is defined to the sacral, or is defined to the 20 and has no motor, or is defined to the 57 and it has an awareness. All these different ways of pulling it together. There are all kinds of possibilities and all kinds of limitations too on how that role can come out. And it will only come out if you're operating according to your nature, which means according to your design. In the detriment, opportunism as a game and or mental exercise, altering one's behavioral patterns in order to take advantage of opportunities. This is the man of 1,000 faces. You know, they can really get into the opportunity game and they can really get lost in the opportunity game. However, if that's their nature, then that's fine. Fine and good. Why not? If they've entered into their process correctly, then it's about self-love. This is the root of self-love. Now, if you don't have the 10th gate, look at your profile, look at your personality line. They will tell you about the path for your personality to self-love. Look at your design. Look at those profile lines. It will tell you your unconscious path to self-love, because all of the continuity takes you to the same place. If self-love is your capacity to go from one situation to another, to take that opportunity to change your behavior and to benefit from it, and it brings you self-love, yay, go for it. So the grounding comes from gate 15 in the 4th line, which is called the wallflower. And it says modesty is a shield against exposure of inadequacy. And of course, the best shield against exposure of inadequacy is going to be operating correctly as yourself, operating according to your strategy and authority. This is how the best opportunities are going to come. This is how mutation will take hold. The moon has been in the solar plexus gate since 6 this morning. No, that's complete bollocks. Don't listen to that. The moon has been in the solar plexus gate 6 since 4:15 this morning. Honestly, I open my mouth sometimes. I have no idea what comes out of it. And we looked at that yesterday. So we know a little bit about gate 6, the PHS, boundaries in the body, that kind of thing. At 15:35, it moves into gate 46, joining the South Node. This is the G center gate of the determination of the self, the love of the body, the temple, and it's the gate of serendipity, being in the right place at the right time, beginning with being in your own body, your own self. If you are in your own body, and we can't be anywhere else, but most of the time we'd much rather be somewhere else because we don't have a lot of love and respect for our body sometimes. But if we can truly be in our body, then yeah, we're always going to be in the right place at the right time. Gate 18 is the last moon gate of today at 2:58 tomorrow morning. This is the moon now making its regular journey through the splenic gates. And this is the gate of correction with its fear of authority or the fear of challenging authority. This is part of the stream of taste, and it tells us that correction works best when you acknowledge that you make correction according to your own taste and that it's not personal. Even if you share your correction with others, doesn't matter. It's still about your taste. This is a logical collective gate. No. So it is still only what you perceive to need correcting. Okay, so moving on. We're getting through these lines, huh? Okay. I'll be back tomorrow and for a 5th line, and I don't think there's anything else I was going to say. Sorry about swearing. Someone said to me the other day, she said, talking to you is like talking to Mary Poppins, who every now and then swears. She said she really likes it, but you know, my mother used to say, well, she was so she wasn't much one for swearing, my mum. She used to say to me, you could scare a sailor with your language sometimes. Which actually I took as a badge of honor, which is definitely not how she meant it. I will see you tomorrow for a 5th line. Thank you. Go gently.